In this video we're going to look at hormones and their action on various cells of the body. The outcomes are to define the terms endocrine gland, exocrine gland, hormone and target tissue, explain the meaning of the terms first and second messenger with reference to adrenaline and cyclic AMP. Hormones are produced by a special type of glands that we call endocrine glands, and the characteristic of these glands is that they secrete the hormone directly into the blood. If we look at the diagram on the left-hand side, blood is supplied to the endocrine cells in capillaries, and the hormones are secreted directly from these cells into the blood as it passes close by in the capillaries. The diagram on the right-hand side shows an exocrine gland. These do not produce hormones. They produce other substances such as digestive enzymes. Although they have a rich blood supply, in exocrine glands, the substances are passed out of the cells into a duct. They pass along the duct to their site of action, such as the intestine for digestive enzymes. Let's look at hormones. What characteristics do they have? They act as chemical messengers in the body. They cause a specific response in target cells, so only in some cells and not others. They travel in the blood or lymph, and they're broken down in the liver, perhaps in a matter of minutes or even after many hours. What are they made of? Most hormones are made of protein. Some of them actually are steroids, which are lipid-based hormones such as estrogen, and some are derived from an amino acid. We're going to look at a model now of how a protein hormone might work. A protein hormone cannot cross a phospholipid bilayer, so it has to cross or exert its effect in a special way. We're going to call the hormone the first messenger, and it binds to very specific receptors with a complementary shape that are proteins in the phospholipid bilayer. That stimulates a G protein, which in turn stimulates an enzyme called adenyl cyclase. This enzyme stimulates the production of a molecule called cyclic AMP from ATP. Cyclic AMP now becomes what we call the second messenger because it's carrying the message into the cell. And what cyclic AMP does is convert inactive kinase into an active form, the enzyme active kinase. Now, kinase enzymes are a group of enzymes that can activate or phosphorylate a range of enzymes. This kinase enzyme stimulates a whole cascade of chemical reactions that bring about the effect of this hormone on this particular target cell. So to recap, the hormone is the first messenger. The second messenger is the cyclic AMP exerting its effect inside the cytoplasm. We're now going to look at a specific hormone-producing gland or endocrine gland, and this one we're going to look at is called the adrenal gland. We each have two adrenal glands, one on the top of each kidney. It has an outer region called the cortex, and if you look through a longitudinal section, you will see an inner region that we know as the medulla. And each section of the adrenal gland is responsible for producing different hormones. One example of a hormone produced by the cortex is aldosterone, and the effect this has is to increase the absorption of sodium ions into the blood in the kidney, leading to an increase in the blood pressure. The cortex also produces cortisol, which stimulates an increase in blood glucose concentration. Let's look at the medulla. The medulla produces a very well-known hormone called adrenaline, which brings about our stress response.